Welcome back to video 5 for chapter 10, part 1 of muscles. So we're going to come back to these two things right here. We're just going to move ahead to this diagram. So this diagram is going to show our myofibrils, which are these three things right here. And how the sarcolemma, the T-tubules, the sarcoplasmic reticulum form a network that surround these muscle fibers. So this whole thing right here is a muscle fiber. So this is the cell. So this is what this is showing right here. And then we have these myofibrils coming out from here, and we can see them a little bit more up close here. So you can see that we have this repeating pattern of stripes that is seen here. We can see the nuclei on the outside or the surface of the cell, and we can see that there's multiple nuclei. Inside the cell, we can see right here that we have these kidney bean shaped structures that are squeezed all throughout here. This is a mitochondrion. So plural is mitochondria. Then we said that we had these the sarcoplasm, which is going to be inside here, but we had the sarcoplasmic reticulum, and we had these T-tubules. So you can see that connected to the sarcolemma here, so this right here represents the sarcolemma, we have these little tubes that go in between here and go through to the other side and kind of wrap around. So you can see down here how it is an extension of this, almost like a tube that is continuous with this. This tube is the T-tubule. On either side of this, we end up with the sarcoplasmic reticulum. But you'll notice that the sarcoplasmic reticulum, we have this net-like extensions that extend from this down to here, but it forms like a net the whole way over all of these cells. But we end up with these sacs that basically reside in kind of like a space created by the T-tubule. So it kind of surrounds that T-tubule. These are called terminal cisternae. And these are part of the sarcoplasmic reticulum. So this is a specific part. So this whole thing here, as it comes down, and it's actually all connected to one another, is this net-like thing with these sacs that form around the T-tubule. Now, if we look over here at this area, you can see that we have this cistern here, and T-tubule in the middle. This is referred to as the triad. Tri meaning three. And this is going to be really important in how the muscle actually functions. This is going to have, this structure has a very specific reason for looking the way it does. So all of these pieces together help form our muscle fiber. So let's go back to the previous page and we'll talk just a little bit more about these myofibrils and sarcomeres. So myofibrils contain filaments of protein. And they are referred to as the thick and thin filaments because of their structure and their appearance. And they form a repeating pattern, which gives us our striations. So looking at the diagram, we can see these striations or these stripes, and that is based on the arrangement of these filaments to one another. So a little bit more about this sarcomere. The sarcomere is going to be the functional unit of the myofibrils. They are connected end to end the entire length of the myofibril by a dense protein disc called the Z disc. So if we look on here, a sarcomere is going to be from here to here is a sarcomere. So you can see over here it's labeled 2. It's from this point to this point here. It's a little bit more obvious on this side. So this is one functional unit. So this right here represents the Z disc. So we have this repeating pattern, and Z disc to Z disc is one sarcomere.